Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Monday, the 3rd of February. The Prime Minister's revealed he'll be spending Waitangi Day in the South Island on Thursday. Chris Luxon's not visiting the treaty grounds this week, instead sending a ministerial delegation including Erica Stanford, Tama Potaka, Paul Goldsmith and Mark Mitchell. Political editor Jason Walls has more.
Luxon's office has this morning revealed he will be celebrating the public holiday with Ngāi Tahu at Onuku Marae in the Banks Peninsula. Luxon's previously said that not all prime ministers go to the Waitangi grounds to commemorate the day, and he plans to go to different marae across the country over the course of his tenure in office.
Meanwhile, hundreds of people are expected to attend the commemoration at Onuku Marae. Runanga Chair Rick Tainui says it's an important event for Hapu and iwi, and they're looking forward to opening the whare to the community. The marae holds historical significance, as the place, Te Tiriti o Waitangi, was first signed with Ngāi Tahu. Canada and Mexico have announced they'll be launching counter-tariffs at the US. President Donald Trump slapped tariffs on Canada, Mexico and China, ranging from 10 to 25%. China is planning to file a lawsuit with the World Trade Organization. Canada's released a list of US goods targeted for retaliatory levies, including tobacco and produce. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says Trump's measures will hurt Americans.
Tariffs against Canada will put your jobs at risk, potentially shutting down American auto assembly plants and other manufacturing facilities.
Meanwhile, Israel's Prime Minister is heading to Washington, D.C. to talk with the new US President, Trump's first meeting with a foreign leader since his return to office. Negotiations on the next phase of the Gaza ceasefire are supposedly due to start in coming days. The majority of bodies have been recovered from Washington, D.C.'s Potomac River after last week's mid-air collision between a plane and a helicopter. The crash between the passenger plane and a helicopter killed 67 people, with the exact sequence of events still being investigated. Local Fire Chief John Donnelly says they're preparing to lift the wrecked plane from the water.
During our salvage surveys, additional remains were located and removed from the river. So far, 55 victims have been positively identified from this aircraft.
Heavy flooding in northern Queensland could be the worst in the region in more than 60 years. Northeastern parts of the state have been hit with about a metre of rain since Friday. A woman was killed after her boat hit a tree and capsized. Former Governor-General Dame Patsy Reddy is picking up the role of Climate Commission Chair. And household living costs are continuing to rise. Stats NZ data shows it increased by 3% in the 12 months to the December quarter. Meanwhile, inflation was 2.2% during the same period. To sport, wins in consecutive weekends for snowboarder Zoe Sadowski-Synnott. The Olympic champion has backed up her X Games triumph with a World Cup victory in the slopestyle again in Aspen. Golfer Dame Lydia Ko has finished 6th at the Tournament of Champions in Florida. And second-placed Arsenal have kept the pressure on Premier League football leaders Liverpool via a 5-1 trouncing of Manchester City. The Gunners have 50 points, that's 6 adrift of the Reds, who have a game in hand. I'm Malcolm Jordan, that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.